quite a few of your entrepreneur residents or like mentors, which is basically all the best. Let's say, especially in Copenhagen or Danish, like really, really impressive. I mean, one thing that I mean, it sounds like you're really doing it. Yeah, seems to me of results and works. I think if I play a bit devil's advocate, I mean, what you mentioned of like we have the luxury of the Novo. I mean, it's a big luxury, but it's also I guess it makes it easier. Like if you have, whatever, 500 over 10 years, that's 50 million a year that you can invest / burn, but invest and spend. I mean, makes everything easier. Well, I mean, still need to spend it well and etc. But thinking of like, I mean, but it makes sense. Like, but it's.
I think a very, what you're maybe alluding to here, how could we replicate this without spending that much money somewhere else? And that I think would be key learnings, of course, from here, because, let's say that's fantastic if we can build a strong ecosystem here in Copenhagen, and that's of course good for Copenhagen and Denmark and so on. But how do we help, Berlin, Heidelberg, Paris, other places in Europe where this also would work, but do it more cost effectively, because most other countries don't have a charitable organization like the Novo Nordisk Foundation to help them, and this is something we are looking into. Yeah. How can we, and maybe the models would be slightly different, but still with the same goal in mind. And how can we then unleash, maybe not fully commercial kind of investment type, but strategic kind of investment type to drive agendas to begin to do this, of course. So this, but it's difficult, as I sometimes say. It's interesting when we have international visitors, from France, Germany, England, and other places. They come, they get super excited, and they all say, "Oh, we would like to have a BII," until I tell them what it costs. Then the interest drops a little bit, because but I think we will be able to figure this out, and this is something we are working on right now.
I guess that's what actually I always thought was there's something puzzling with. I think that's probably the biggest limiting factors in access to capital available / let's say the return on capital compared to other options. Because but deep down, I mean, everything we discussed before as well. If you don't have enough capital, then you don't have the right people.
Yes.
You cannot invest enough to seed the companies, etc. And then everything breaks. I mean, because at the end, the formula, you need to execute and find the right people and find the companies, everything. But still, if you don't have enough capital to execute everything, like in any startup, if you don't raise enough, you cannot execute and everything.